Pretty much everything you do online, from streaming a movie to sending an email, is powered by this invisible architecture that we almost never think about. It's the foundation of our modern world. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on it, the computer network.
I mean, literally right this second. The only reason you're able to watch this is because of a whole web of connections stretching from your device all the way to a server somewhere. And that web, that connection, that's a computer network.
Okay, so these networks are way more than just a way to watch videos. They're pretty much the invisible foundation of our daily lives.
I mean, think about it. Networks are how we learn, connecting people all over the globe. They're how we talk to each other, through apps like WhatsApp and on video calls. They've totally changed how we work, letting us grab files from the office while we're sitting at home. And of course, they're how we have fun, streaming movies, online gaming, the whole deal.
So what's the big secret here? What's the fundamental idea that makes all of this incredible stuff possible? Well, it actually boils down to one super simple definition.
That's it. Seriously, that's the whole secret right there. Every single network, from the little one in your home to the entire global internet, comes down to this one phrase: a set of nodes connected by communication links. And those two words right there, nodes and links, they are everything. All right, let's break that down a little. A node, that's just a fancy word for any device that can send or receive data. And a communication link, well, that's the pathway the data takes to get from one node to another. It's kind of like a city, right? The nodes are all the buildings, and the links, well, they're the roads connecting everything together.
Okay, so let's start putting the pieces together, starting with that first ingredient, the nodes. What is a node, really?
What's kind of cool is just how many different things actually count as a node. I mean, your computer and your smartphone, those are the obvious ones. But guess what? So are things like printers, security cameras, even that specialized gear like switches and routers. The rule of thumb is super simple. If it can send or get data on a network, congrats, it's a node.
Okay, so we've got our nodes, but right now, they're just a bunch of lonely islands of technology, not talking to each other. And that's where our second ingredient comes in, the communication links.
So, there are basically two main ways we can build these connections. First, you've got your wired links. We're talking physical cables here, like that Ethernet cord you might have plugged into your computer. And then you've got wireless links, which, you guessed it, use radio waves to send information through the air. That's your Wi-Fi, plain simple.
All right, so we've got our nodes, the devices, and we've got our links, the connections. Now let's put it all together and see how they actually team up to get information from point A to point B. So, in any given network, a node can play one of two main parts. You've got your end devices. These are the starting line or the finish line for any communication. So think of your laptop or the server that holds the website you want to see. And then you have intermediary devices, things like your Wi-Fi router. Their whole job is just to be the helpful traffic cop in the middle, forwarding data between all the other devices. Let's walk through a super simple example of how this works. Okay, step 1. Your laptop, that's an end device, sends out a request. Step 2. Your router, that's our intermediary device, it grabs that request and forwards it out to the internet. And finally, step 3, that request makes its way to its destination, which is the server hosting the content, the other end device in this little chat.
So, okay, we've covered the what and the how, but what about the why? I mean, why go through all this trouble connecting our devices in the first place? It really all comes down to one big, powerful idea: sharing resources.
And here's the perfect classic example of what I mean. Imagine you've got an office with 4 computers. Now, instead of buying a separate printer for each one, you could just buy one printer, hook it up to the network, and let all 4 computers share it. That right there is resource sharing at its best. And the benefit here is it's huge. By letting a bunch of devices share one single resource, networks save us a ton of money and cut down on all that extra gear. It's really all about being efficient. So there you have it. Nodes, links, and all these devices working together, all just to share resources. Now that you know the basic building blocks, I'm going to leave you with a question. Just look around you right now. How many network devices can you actually spot? It turns out you're living inside a network. And now you know how it all works. Thanks for tuning in.